should be well situated to try and find some exit frags, just try and deal as much damage to the Hejsket economy as possible. Yeah, I'm just going to be holding passively towards this CT position and see what they can find on the way out. Doesn't look like it's going to be much though, as the remaining players from Hejsket do retreat over towards the B. But no, this is going to be the man to face. Isn't going to be able to eliminate anybody though. Only a little bit damage onto Hejsket. And Nielsen managing to save the AK into this one. So that could be a determining factor of whether they buy into this round or whether they just go for a pistol force. He's only gone for the body armor. Although has gone for some utility, so it does look like Team Paradox are going to be just going for a partial buy. Trying to conserve their economy a little bit. Nielsen's going to be tagged down 75 HP by HE Grenade almost immediately. Gone very aggressive up towards this middle position actually. Might actually be able to catch some of the Hejsket players off guard. Well, not Uksu. He's too quick for him on the AWP. Vili eliminating Toad as well towards the window position with an absolutely nasty one-tap. Recoil holding the close angle with the P250. It is the close angles that these pistols are favoured for. Well, Mr. Snaps with an Eagle's good for a headshot. Just escapes with his life. This grenade could say something else about it though. Really does eliminate with it. Eliminate him with it. And it's just Recoil now holding on his own towards the banana position before he gets eliminated by Uksu. So quite a clean anti-eco there from Hejsket. The money finally being recovered on this side of Paradox. This is the first buy we've seen from them for quite a number of rounds now actually. They've allowed Hejsket to build quite a comfortable lead. And a comfortable economy as well. 7k, 9k and 9k on Hejsket, Vili and Hejsket accordingly. Well, I think Hejsket may have read into the economy of Team Paradox this time. They do appear to be taking a much slower approach as they continue on into this round. This bomb slowly makes its way over towards the A apartments area. An A split does look to be the tactical call. Nielsen's going to be the player defending over towards Arch side, should any players choose to face him in that angle. Flash is set up, but Tuvitius using that scoped rifle to get these headshots to maximum effect. Well, Mr. Snaps is going to have to find two players up towards the apartments area. He does find one and dinks another, so one top's going to force him out of position. He's only on 9 HP. It's going to take a lot of work for him to get anything done. Can't turn around quickly enough to eliminate Nielsen. On site, though, good for one before we've been eliminated by Hejsket. He's going to be able to put the bomb down now, so it's all on the rotating B site players to try and get Team Paradox another round on the board. And Recoil face towards that. Usku whipping his AWP shot somehow. A second one, still he has not yet fallen. Does inevitably get punished for his kills though. The retake, full in swing now. Hejsket is the man on side to defend it. Well, he's good for one kill, eliminating Recoil, and Blazzy's just going to take that up way away over towards the B bomb site. Going to be saving that one going into the next round. So things are looking rather dominant from Hejsket at this point in time. Their side executes so far have been impeccable. There's only been one round they haven't been able to plant the bomb, and that's the only one that the CTs have actually been able to win. All other times their side executes have been not necessarily flawless, but they've certainly been taking advantage of the holes in the Paradox defense. Really using the utility and the raw aiming potential of their team to secure those inevitable bomb plants. Glock shot there, not quite breaking the window on first contact. Just breaking on the second bullet, of course, though. Oh, Uksu could be walking into a death trap right here. Mr. Snaps find him with a P250. Raidbackers are coming into it. He's getting eliminated as well. Before finally being traded out by his teammate Hejsket. Oh, Blazzy's got some heavy information towards the banana position now. Going to call his teammate recoil back over towards this angle. He has spotted 2 of the remaining 3 players in this angle. Going for a bit of a boost here, just to spot over the wall. Hold a bit of an off angle that recoil wouldn't be expecting if he tried to get too nastily aggressive. The bomb does look to be probing its way over towards the apartments. Well, oh, he's thrown his weapon away. Don't want any CTs saving that into the next round. Definitely want to limit their economy as much as possible. As the bomb now being returned over towards the banana position. Hejsket. Only got 30 seconds left and thereabouts to execute onto this B bomb site, so they are going to be under time pressure to do so. It's going to be all on Blazzy with a CZ to defend this bomb site. Let's see how much work that he can actually do. Oh, and the mad fake has actually come in, even made me out for a second there. Called it the full rotations. Hejsket played it like an absolute dream. They all barrel out onto the A bomb site now. Bomb going to go down just about in the nick of time, and Paradox Esports have truly been bamboozled. Hejsket not losing anybody on the site take there due to a superb fake. They have still got an AWP to play against and contend with though, so that is something looking out for. Blazzy going to get spotted out by Hejsket before falling back towards the closer short position. Nielsen going to be tasked with peeking that angle by the looks of things. His scope is heard out, so any attempt at the retake could prove difficult. Well, Hejsket going to face him and be eliminated by the barrel of that AWP. One of the only frags gotten into this game. A little bit of blocking going on there. Billy might be able to find the AWP here. This could be absolutely disastrous if he does so, and it is going to happen. The looks of things, the damage being dealt by that AK spray down going to cause Nielsen to fall to the bomb, so no AWP being saved going into this round. They are going to be able to afford the full buy regardless. Well, Paradox have yet to win a full buy round. I'll certainly be looking to do so in this one, lest Hejsket get carried away in the scoreline, and Blazzy being eliminated aggressively towards Banana isn't exactly the way you'd like this round to start if you're Paradox Esports, but nevertheless, they are going to hold more passive positions towards their respective bomb sites now, really giving away heavy amounts of map control, not contesting the apartments, not contesting the middle area. Something dangerous about this A site setup is they've left the arch side position almost completely open. It is only now that Mr. Snaps rotates towards there, because the risk you run when you leave arch completely open is players can go aggressively towards the A position and then just rotate fully over towards the B bomb site. The execute is coming in now, and Mr. Snaps just whiffing the spray onto the AWP there. Wasn't expecting the second player to B-hop through, I don't think. Only good for one. Well, Nielsen, an excellent shot from the pit position, is going to deny any pushes from this angle, but Tavidius proving the better AWPer in the battle of speed there. Oh, recoil almost has a perfect flank. He peaks the angle just a second too late. Thankfully remains alive before the AWPer can refrag him. The bomb goes down now for Hejsket once again. 2 versus 2 retake is on, as favourable defensive positions are gathered by Hejsket. Tavidius just didn't spot him for a good bit there. Saw him for a couple of seconds, but perhaps he was looking somewhere else on his monitor, didn't take the shot for a little while, and that allowed recoil to get out with his life. Pushes coming in now. Toad, he's going to be pushing aggressively. He's going to find one, but it's all on Tavidius now from the pit position. He has got that Molotov. Is it going to hit though? It's going to miss. It's going to go in the wrong place. And Toad, the Molotov doesn't spread in time. He's going to be able to defuse it. The missed Molotov from Tavidius allows Paradox Esports their second round on the board.
What do you think will win this map? This game?
Who do I think will win this map?
Yeah.
I think Hejsket is certainly looking like the stronger side on the CT side, on the T side rather, for sure. Haven't really seen anything to be impressed about coming out of Paradox yet so far. A lot of their rounds that they win seem to be almost a mistake mistakes coming out of the part of Hejsket. No really consolidatory defenses that have actually been able to force Hejsket off the bomb sites. See a higher level of play from them. They want to continue winning rounds, and this could be exactly what they're looking for. Blasi getting 2 with the MP9 after some superb utility usage. Recall good for another with the MP5 off the flank. Coming in now, Hejsket going to be eliminated. And Tuitius, the only man left alive. He does have an AWP, but it's against 4 players, and you don't really want to be holding these close angles being pushed by MP5s, that's for sure. He does have the bomb, so that's... that flash is perfect, allows Recall to just push that banana position, really force him out of the car angle, and Paradox actually managed to get 2 in a row here, so Hejsket are still going to have enough money to buy going into the next one, but if they lose this one, things might be on the ropes for them. Well, looks like an A play being played by Hejsket now. Some uber aggression towards mid, immediately being shut down by XLE. Nielsen getting absolutely deleted from the middle position before he can really claim any aggressive frags. As the bomb does make its way up towards the A apartments area. No more mid control on the side of Paradox does make things difficult to control that arch position. As we talked about a couple of rounds ago, it is completely open. Going to struggle to defend the B bomb site if Hejsket are aware of this and decide to push the CT angle. Doesn't look like that is going to be the decision though. Toad on the balcony. He's going to have a lot of work to do. If he wants to delay this push, he's got at least 2 players to find. He drops down to a slightly harsher off angle. It's going to be the first man to face him, and Toad does eliminate him. Looking for another one, and he does get the headshot. Mr. Snaps. Good for 2 from the boiler position as well, and all of a sudden, yes, gets assault on the A bomb site is completely thwarted. Bomb down in favour of Paradox. All players rotating over to defend it now. And XLE left in the 1 versus 4 position. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything left in this round, and Paradox going to be able to get their 4th on the CT side of Inferno. Well, it does look like Code is going to be trying to hunt down XLE. They aren't going to be able to find him though. He does get a bit of aggression towards the T spawn, but not looking in the right position as XLE hides towards Banana. And as we said last round, the economy looking slightly ropey for Hejsket now. They can just about afford to scrape a full buy together at the expense of nearly all of the money on the side of the team. Said they've gone for a partial buy. 4 AKs and head armor, and Tavidius just on a P250 and nothing else for himself. So the odds slightly not in their favour for this one, that's for sure. Well, especially not when you get the opening frags like that. It was only the P250 player eliminated, but the double peek towards Zaps is good to find them anyway, leaving Hejsket now in a 4 versus 5. Toad's good for 1 on this mad off angle. Snaps being eliminated though, but the crossfire being set up perfectly here. Toad just absolutely being the perfect bit of bait for Nielsen, allowing players to just run out into the scopes of his AWP with his backs to them. It's going to be up to the 2 remaining players to do something from this apartment position, but when Nielsen's ringing AWP shots out, it's certainly hard to execute anywhere, as it's Villy this time. The man left in the 1 versus 4. Does have the bomb, and it does look like he's going to be trying to go for it. He's not exactly in a position where he can save effectively, and his angles for retreat have been cut off by Blasi as well, so no friends and nowhere to go has Villy. He is going to run out towards the A short position for Toad. Just kills the spray down on him, so defensive play from Paradox actually starting to step up now. They are starting to string rounds together, and they're looking like a more confident tightly knit CT side. They're really getting these crossfires well established and baiting each other out with the right amount of flashbangs, really denying the Hejsket executes. Going to be a pass by Hejsket now. That's for sure. Nielsen. Oh my word, the collateral. Absolutely eviscerating the Hejsket assault over towards the banana position. Doesn't actually tag a third one. It's his teammate Blasi that eliminates him with a HE grenade in the end though, and flanked from Bo3 should be able to all but see off this round for them. So almost all tied up, only one round away. Running a 7-7 scoreline. But the money once again does land in the purse of Hejsket, so they are going to be able to afford a full buy going into this one. And but this is, I believe, Paradox's map pick, so it's all the more important that they do win this map, as things could be much harder for them as we head into Dust 2 if Hejsket managed to claw this one away from them. Both teams playing slightly more passively than they have been previously. Nobody wants to give away the early advantage to their opponent, and why would they? Especially when a tied scoreline is to play for in the first half of this game. They're going to force Uso out of position. A little bit of spam actually hitting Code on that roof. Going to force him off his angle slightly. Going to have to drop down. Play from under position. Well, Nielsen eliminates his AWPing counterpart of Tavidius in the mid area. Yes, Barrel gets spotted first. Almost eliminates Toad, but his teammate Mr. Snaps is back fully covered, and Toad now doing his absolute work, skewing himself another headshot on Uksu towards the middle position. And once again, the assault from Hejsket just falls apart. Paradox is really consolidating their defensive play much more heavily now. They are looking like they have woken up a little bit and warmed up as this game has progressed. Going to be the one to push Blasi before being absolutely eliminated. And he now has bomb control, so the rest of his players are going to rotate around. He has managed to retrieve himself an AWP. I think the call of the round should be to retreat and save this one. I think he is trapped behind this wall though. Well, fake flash from the F4 is going to come out. And Hegi does get eliminated. So 7-7. It's all tied up, folks, on Inferno. Tactical timeout has been called by the side of Hejsket here, so looks like they are going to be talking through some strategies as we head into the final round of this first half. Now remember, Hejsket started this half absolutely dominantly, 7-1 scoreline, and then Paradox, after getting one defuse, just seemed to have really woken up, been much more tightly knit. Certain players have been hitting their shots much more than they had been earlier on left in the game, and something I was mentioning that Paradox looked weak on, and why I thought Hejsket were going to take it initially, is Hejsket were just able to trample this defenses. Like, Paradox basically had no trade fragging potential, and then even if they were trading out frags on the site executes, they were then losing the retake subsequently. And this just looks like a problem that Paradox have remedied going further into this game. They are much better at taking these opening duels and getting multiple kills, denying the initial assaults of Hejsket, pushing their bomb sites, and as a result they are looking like a much more tightly knit team. Full buys are going to come in now from both sides as we head into the last round of the first half. Only one AWP on the server, and it is in the hands of Nielsen. He has been quite effective with it so far. Is going to allow him to cross, and that grenade should land right at Uksu's feet, take him down to 34 HP after multiple of them do tag him down, so not the best start to the round for him. Large amount of utility is being expended by Hejsket over towards the A bomb quite early. Oh, Uksu absolutely eliminating Blasi on that jump shot. That's absolutely disgusting aim. He's good for another one as well on recoil. Double headshot entry for him. Hejsket managed to take the B bomb site so far. Toad is the only man left to defend against them. He is towards the construction position. Nobody from Hejsket dare push his angle for fear of being taken out too early. And it's Toad now being the man to push back on the angle. Uksu is going to be the first one in contact. He's caught with a flashbang out, but Mr. Snaps is going to be able to trade him out in return. Well, Tavidius eliminating Nielsen and Mr. Snaps the only man left alive. He's got 2 more players left to find and the defuse. All Hejsket has to do is swing around his hide and shoot accordingly. That is what they're going to be able to do. And finally take the T side 8-7 on the first half of Inferno. The sides are now swapped. Of course, Hejsket now looking to be on the CT side as Paradox on the T side. So remember, this is Paradox's map pick. It is super important that they win this one, as I'm not sure how confident they can be and how well drilled they are on Dust 2. I've seen a lot of Inferno be played actually so far in this tournament. Dust 2 is a map I have yet to have the pleasure of commentating. But the quick execute is going to come out from Paradox now onto the B-box. Blasi with the absolute spam through the smoke. He's actually going to be able to find him too. Hejgi now. He's going to have to get as many kills as he can as his teammates rotate over. He's only good for 1 so far though. The 4 versus 4 retake is on. 2 players on site, 2 players towards a connector area. And what is this? Hejsket and Blasi, just a moment's notice away from each other. They are ever so close. The absolutely awkward trade frags are coming in from all angles. Paradox Snaps finding Billy. Toad does finally manage to eliminate Hejsket over towards the banana area. Tavidius good for another one, but not before being eliminated in the back of the head by Toad. Hey, the only man left alive in this pistol round. He's going to be able to find much by the looks of him. He's going to try to save his body armor. Blasi denies that though. So a very effective round there coming out from Paradox, as they do manage to take that pistol round quite comfortably. And it's almost like the scoreboard is reversed 8-8, so the scoreline is all tied up once again. Pistol round going in favour of Paradox. Hejsket going to be going into a full eco in this one. We are going to go for some, what is this? Some crazy 5-man stack towards the arch side position with Hejsket as the bait. Oh, this could be beautiful. This could just be exactly what they're looking for. It's the bait out here. Unfortunately, you hate to see it. They go around the short position instead, so stack in the corner isn't going to be able to be of any avail. They are holding strong though. They're not moving away from this stack position, so it looks like they're going to be waiting for players to start hunting them down. This is going to be an absolute comedy scene when one of these players with the Mac 10 spots them all and just sees absolutely 5 players spamming him down with pistols. Well, the bait shots come in and this can be beautiful. He spots all 4. Oh dear, well they are actually good for 2 here. They are going to be able to pick up some Mac 10 stuff the next round. Don't know, they won't. So the position is good for 2 kills for them. And a little bit of comedic value for the stream there. So hope all new viewers at home enjoyed that stack as much as I did. Paradox now take the lead for the first time going into this game as the 4 buys come in. Paradox this time playing with the bonus round situation. Only 1 proper rifle on the side against a 5-man full rifle buy of Hejsket. So this round has the potential to completely fall apart there. And that is a superb nade from Usku. Mr. Snaps put down to 42 HP immediately at the start of the round. So all 5 players from Paradox look to be gearing up towards this banana area. That drop is certainly going to be heard by Toad, so they know there's at least one player over towards this B-bomb site who is no longer in a boosted position, and I think that one may have been heard as well. So they have the info that there are two defending the site now, but the smokes and flashes are coming out here. Bernard here, 420, Hejsket, 4 blind, can't do anything with that rifle of his. Mr. Snap's going to be the man to pick it up instead. And the spam's coming through, not going to foul Nielsen. In fact, those Skew's just going to get tagged down to 22 HP in return. Straight damage through that smoke. Toad on this boosted angle, good for 1 kill over the smoke now. As well as Paradox look to comfortably get this one, and the rest of Hejsket just go, you know what? 3 versus 5, we've got no AWPs, we haven't got any utility to actually be able to force you out of positions, no Molotovs or HE grenades, so they are just going to fall back over towards the pit position, and Hejsket once again calling for a tactical timeout going into the next round as the scoreline becomes 10-8 in favour of Paradox Esports. Well, Hejsket who have a little bit of money, but whether they actually want to buy into this one is a different question entirely. I think that's what this pause is going to be to discuss. Whether they go for the gamble and try and win this one, force the scoreline to 10-9, or risk losing it and risk potentially getting 12-8 down before they can muster another full buy together. Certainly just one of the pressing tactical decisions undoubtedly weighted on the mind of the Hejsket players. Blazzy's still electing to stick with that Mac 10, so they have done some kind of economical read here. XLE and Hejsket have bought upgraded pistols, so it does look like they are not going to fall by going into this round. So it'll be interesting to see the rifle play from Hejsket, what they decide to do with it. Perhaps a 3-man gamble stack could be something of benefit to them. And then again, they had the rifle advantage going into the last one, but the flashes from Paradox just absolutely denied their usage. The utility just meaning that the defending CTs really couldn't hold any angles properly, and that was indeed to the detriment of Hejsket. So the call has been made. 2 of the rifles are going towards the B bomb site. One of them left to defend arch side over on A. So heavy commitment towards preventing the bomb from being able to push B, regardless whether it's from the CT angle or from the A mid position. And after some early aggression towards Banana, it does look like Paradox are going to be shifting their way over towards this B bomb site now instead. A bomb site instead. And XLE is going to be the man of first contact. Does get eliminated through the smoke there. Vidius is going to get some damage done in return, trading him out. Rotate's still not coming down. The fact should see the remaining players. Rotate through to Vidius. Good for another kill, but does get traded out inevitably. Some mad hops from Hejsket have given him a beneficial position. He's going to arrive in library before the rest of his teammates. Blazzy's got some work to do here. He is 4 blind, forcing him off the angle. Back towards mid, but gets caught off before he can rotate all the way there. It's all on Toad and Recoil now to defend this bomb site. Players come barreling through. Toad's good for 1 in the back corner before Villy eliminates him. The bomb is not planted for Recoil's position. It's going to be on Hejsket to face him. He does get eliminated. Villy is in the smoke. He's sticking the defuse. The spray does come through, but all too late. Villy does manage to secure it, albeit whilst being eliminated. And that is going to see the saved rifles actually work out for Hejsket, taking it to 10-9. They can now afford to pick up a double AWP set up for their side, as Paradox, despite losing the last one, still have money to full buy rifles going into this round. Well, certainly not the outcome you were expecting to see if you were Paradox going into that one. Just misreading the full stick in the smoke there, not quite spraying in the correct position. I think that just comes down to a poor plant spot from the side of Paradox is what ultimately causes you to lose that, especially when you have a completely open A bomb site and you're still choosing to plant safe when your teammate's playing from the apps position. Still, hindsight is 20/20. There's no point looking to the past of Paradox now. They must look to the future, and they're pending execute onto this B-bomb site. Utility is being prepared. They only have 2 men to find on this bomb site, as 5 of them look to be attacking it. The flashes and smokes, full execute being coming out here. Well, Hejsket going to be the first point of contact, and that ult is good for 1 kill. Is good for any more. He gets Mr. Snap as well. Finally gets straight out. They should have the info that there's another player there. Somehow they don't peek up to. But he does finally eliminate it. There are only 2 players left for Paradox left alive. Superb B-site defense work from Hejsket. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, and this is a problem. No smokes left on the side of Paradox to be able to secure the planting, and the bomb does get picked up. He's all alone now as Davidius. His AWP rings out like a thundering shot across the map, tying up the scoreline 10-10. Well, timeout being called by Hejsket there. Does like
you can as well sometimes look chat there. You can live speak with chat.
Sure. So Hejsket has disconnected there, presumably due to some technical issues as he waits for people to get back in. Does he not know that he needs another guy to keep him on the new box? I don't think so. Sappy must not have anticipated that information, and they've just kept the person on the boost instead. Hopefully he hasn't left the toggle Sap. That would be a disastrous position for us to be in going into this next one. Don't want the next finish Forsaken coming out into this game, activating his word.exe config. Well, the pause has only got 10 seconds left, and Hejsket hasn't actually reconnected yet, so I'm quite intrigued to see how the server handles this situation. Well, an unpause does appear to be coming in, so Hejsket just going to have to play this round with the bot, I wonder. This is unique, to say the least. It does look like the game has actually gone live. So Hejsket playing this one 4 versus 5 with bot Xander. I'm going to have a distinct disadvantage going into this one. Oh, well, Hejsket does actually reconnect. But a moment too late to start the round at the same time as his teammates. As a result, it's a skeleton crew defense for the CT side. Well, Toad catching Davidius out there, hearing the scope of that up towards the middle position, catches him out as he goes to retreat towards Arch side, as the bomb makes its way over towards the B bomb site now. Do look like they are preparing another full B execute. Just only 1 smoke being dropped towards the CT position. That's going to keep Uksu unaware and off his angle. There should be enough information to call for a rotate. They hear many footsteps up towards the B-side. Hejsket there actually getting caught out in the grenade. They do see it drop, so he isn't going to be able to hide there successfully. Somehow he has remained alive throughout all of this. Mr. Snap is going to eliminate him in the long run, though. 2 players now left alive for Hejsket. Looking at the retake, and it does look like they are just going to be angling to get some exit frags instead, though. Not going to be able to contest this effectively, especially without any Molotovs. Hejsket now retreat over towards the A bomb site to save their weaponry going into the next round. So Paradox are going to take the lead once again with 11 rounds to 10 on the T side of Inferno. Well, Hejsket's economy is a little bit ropey, that's for sure. They are going to be able to just about scrape together some weapons. Not very much head armor or utility available on 2 of the players. But a double up setup still being implemented going into this one, so it'll be interesting to see how effectively they can use this. Very good with it over towards the B-bomb site. Hejsket getting exactly what they need. This is the perfect start for Hejsket. 2 opening frags, really just immediately damaging any offensive potential coming out from Paradox Esports. Almost immediately just going to have to force them to group up, and you'd think they would just have to execute over towards the B-bomb site in this position. There's just too many angles that you can be peeked from over towards A, and it's a 3-man stack the Paradox would have to contend with. Oh, Uxin could get caught out here. Oh, he does. Are they going to anticipate Hejsket on the boost, though? That is the question. Well, Blasi doesn't get eliminated on the cross. Have some intense to trigger this Hejsket there. Does eliminate the bomb carrier, though, as he pushes over towards the A-bomb. Get 3 aims, but the jump down does get spotted out by Recall. He's going to be able to eliminate him fundamentally. But the bomb, once again, we've seen this position where Paradox have dropped the bomb on the site and have yet to be able to plant it. That Molotov should provide them enough cover to get it down, but instead, Blasi is just going to fake it out for some reason. He's only got 25 seconds to put it down now, and he's going to eliminate his teammate. Well, he's good for 1. It would be on for the ace if he was to win this round. He's going to go for the other fake plant. That's going to force Billy into peeking, but he just doesn't peek the angle wide enough. A bit too much hesitation there. Coming out from Blasi, and well, he has to plant now, and everyone knows this. Just a bit of a misplay from that angle, to be honest with you. Just doesn't really commit enough to peeking that construction area angle. Only peeks it briefly, kind of expecting the play to be slightly closer. And as a result, just watches the rest of the round. Leaves it too late before he does actually end up planting the bomb, and that allows Hejsket to take their 11th round, tying up the scoreline once again, 11-11. And a smoke indeed. Well, Paradox looking for a slight change of pace and place going into this one, as they look to be manoeuvring over towards the A-bomb site this time instead of favouring B as they have so many rounds in the past. Around an AK for them going into this one, as Hejsket is going to eliminate Blasi for the opening frag. The rest of the players from Paradox just taking their time regarding where they're pushing. HE only actually managed to deal 1 damage to Nielsen there. He is going to be able to find a kill on... Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mr. Snaps. What is that? He finds another one with the M4A1S as well. That's absolutely disgusting play with the Tech 9. What on earth have I just witnessed? Oh, my lord. That is absolutely nasty, and with that insane Tech 9 play, Hejsket's hopes of winning this round drastic go down. Planted there, the chances of it being diffusing almost gone to 0. Now Nielsen nearly burns alive actually over towards the A-bomb site, but Hejsket is going to save that up. So the brawl going back and forth. Paradox being able to claim this round in tow. So once again giving themselves a 1-round lead going into the next one, and this time it is the economy of Hejsket that is broken. They can't be able to afford much, surely. They're going to drop a UMP onto Hejsket. That's about it. No more money left on the side at all. So basically a full eco. Oh no, they are really scraping together what they can. They go for a full force buy, spending absolutely all of their money to try and get the maximum chance of winning this round. Well, oh dear, feels bad for Hejsket. Absolutely walked straight into Nielsen. Nielsen's like, hang on a minute, why can't I be putting closer to this angle? Well, Davidius is good for another one. Does actually get traded out by Vili as well, so actually quite a good situation there, especially if Vili can obtain an AK for himself towards the position, but the bomb site is the one to be tested, and Usku getting almost immediately eliminated. So hopes certainly aren't high if you're Hejsket for winning going into this one. MP9 and an AWP, and what you have to work with on the retake. We trying to angle their way in by the looks of things. Their economy is really in the toilet, so Hejsket at least is going to want to save this up if he can. Really not going to be losing very much by sacrificing this Mach 10 and head armor. Well, they are going to go for it, and to their detriment by the looks of things, Vinny through the smoke is going to be picked off by Blasi. And Paradox take their 13th round of their game. 3 rounds away from claiming victory in the first map of this best of 3 series. Well, Hejsket certainly damaged their economy with that full buy, that's for sure. They are on a full pistol eco. They look to all be rushing towards this banana position. That HE grenade is certainly going to hurt them. Whether they'll be able to find anything over towards the banana, and they just all line up to spray down Blasi. He's good for 3, and Mr. Snap is pushing around the corner with a Tech 9. Pretty clean anti-eco there coming out from Paradox, giving themselves their 14th round of the game. Well, this is a must-win round from Hejsket now if they want to win this game in regulation time. They can't afford to allow Paradox to get to 15. If Paradox win this one, not only are they on match point, but the economy of Hejsket is severely damaged in the round that they would be fighting just simply to survive. Well, Vidius going to be boosted over the smoke, looking for something. Only going to find damage onto Mr. Snaps though. No kills going in his favour. Both sides just playing it slightly slower into this one. I think they're both aware of the importance of this round, and that's why you see a little bit of a gamble strategy come out from Hejsket there. They have gone for the 4-man A stack, and this could be completely to their detriment as every single man from Paradox is up towards that banana position. Finally, Tavidius is going to make his way over to that B bomb site, and just in time by the looks of things. The early rotate being called. This utility usage, but well, they do eliminate 2 of the Hejsket players across the one of their own. Toad sacrificing his teammate for those 2 frags, but Bomb is going to get put down nevertheless. Hejsket have to go for this retake here. They cannot afford to save this and allow their teammates to get match point. Blasi's in a perfect position. He just doesn't know it yet. Are they actually backing off from this? They are. Oh my word. They're fully retreating. They're not even going to contest this. So they are going to gift Paradox match point, or map point rather, on a silver platter here. We're looking at 15-11 in the side of Paradox Esports. Next map is Hejsket's pick. It is Dust 2. Decider being Nuke. Should we go to 3 maps? And it's all to play for now. They are going to save into this one as they need the maximum chance possible to win the final round here. They're going to have to string 4 together in a row if Hejsket want to stay in this one and try and get an overtime win. How much are they going to be able to achieve though? That is the question. Well, Blasi is just going to eat 2 HE grenades. It's going to take him down to 50 HP. Exactly what you want to see at the start of a round. If you're him, of course. If you're Hejsket, you're really very much enjoying that. This is aggression here from Tavidius and Hejsket. Quite clever. when you anticipate the amount of B executes that have actually been done this half from Paradox. You know, using that full utility to really push up the banana position, holding hyper aggressively. Could just be the kind of thing that they're looking for to deny these B site pushes. Instead, though, the opening trade is actually going to occur over towards the A site. So it looks like a fake site execute. Hasn't actually drawn any players on B away from their defensive positions, though. Hejsket with a perfectly timed Molotov, only going to have to be faced by Toad, but Toad does find another one as well, and he is going to get two idiots as well. So, bring it into a 3 versus 2, never mind that. Mr. Snap says, no, thank you, sir. I'll take that advantage right back in my favour. Fuzzy, doesn't manage to land all the shots that he's looking for, and Mr. Snap's now left in a 1 versus 2 to win the map for his team. Bomb was planted in his favour. That Molotov shouldn't threaten him out of the angle too greatly. He's fully blind. That Molotov's going to do some serious damage. He's good for 1 from the angle. Going to have to run out, but Billy does spot him into the fire. Inevitably, he's going to be able to get the defuse. So 15 to 12 is going to be the scoreline for Hejsket going into the next one. So map point still being maintained. Hejsket proving they're still in this game, yeah. The economy is still perfectly positioned for Paradox, though, does have to be said. They can quite comfortably afford to play going into the next one, even if they do lose this one, so there's not quite so much pressure on them to force their way into winning. Double up setup coming back out in the hands of Hejsket. They need 3 more rounds consecutively to force overtime themselves. These early Molotovs going down, really trying to force players off any aggressive angles towards the B-bomb site. It is the site that Paradox have had the most success executing on so far in this game, so it looks like they may be going for their old reliable tactic. Let's just wait for the clock to run down slightly. Looking for anyone to get too aggressive on them, undoubtedly. Well, counter utility being issued a little bit too early by Hejsket, perhaps, as the full side execute now coming in over towards the B bomb site. This is it for the game, ladies and gentlemen. Paradox absolutely barreling their way down there. Nielsen gets Hejsket to Vidius, gets 1 from the booster position before dropping down over towards CT bomb. Is going to be planted inevitably. As a full rotate's coming now. 4 versus 4 retake. Hejsket must win this to stay in the game. Well, that's a good opener. Usku getting Nielsen down with the AWP frag. That's how you want to force your way one side if you have to. Leslie good for 1 through the smoke, but the issue is the players are actually already on site control, but the actual straight out coming down from recoil. Billy, though, left on the site. He is going to be able to he can split the bomb. Sprays coming through. They're not going to find none of this. They do inevitably do it, though. Paradox claiming this game at 16 to 12 as we head over towards Dust 2 for our second game of the series.
So, the first map for... Yeah.
So, Paradox winning that one. I'm just going to take a short break to get myself some more water.
Yeah.
And we will rejoin shortly for map 2 of Hejsket Esports versus Paradox on Dust 2.
sister. No, the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Hey, brother, do you still believe in one another? Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in
the second map in our third quarter-final of the XLE Esports League Season 1. Hejsket versus Paradox Esports. If you're only just tuning in the previous map of Inferno, Paradox did manage to inevitably claim a victory, 16-12 over their opponents after an incredibly close middle of the game segment. This Dust 2 map is Hejsket's pick, as Inferno was Paradox's. So Hejsket going to be looking to reclaim a map for themselves here. If they do manage to do so, Nuke will be the decider in this series. Then people to look out for on both sides would most likely be two Wittiers, or Toe Wittiers, on the side of Hejsket, and then Toad, I would say. Toad and perhaps Recoil as well, on the side of Paradox. Looking like some skilled players. So, as you're seeing here, the knife is going the way of Paradox, and they are going to elect to start off on that CT side. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 5 seconds away from going live in the second map of this best of 3 series. And it's live. So, an interesting setup initially, just the one smoke and diffuse kit on Bo3. Perhaps looking for some kind of ninja diffuse scenario. All of the players of Hejsket are going to go out towards long, fire a couple of shots, and then immediately retreat over towards the B tunnel. So this looks like a very, very skillful fake coming out from them. It appears to have worked initially. I just think the movement is a little bit too slow. It has drawn the mid player up towards short and drawn Mr. Snaps off the B bomb site in towards the middle position. So he's all going to be on Toad and his USPS headshots to deny this attack. Well, he's found one of them. He needs at least one more if he wants a successful defense here. He's not going to be able to find it. Mr. Snap, though, from the mid position, good for another one to it is now. Just going to be able to trade him out through the mid doors himself. Nielsen, though, on the tunnel's flank. Sorts out Hejsket before he pushed that angle and hits that nasty one click onto Hejsket. 3 versus 2 retake now, make that a 2 versus 2 to Etius, putting in some more superb work. Nielsen, though, getting another kill from the tunnel position. 4 kills from Tavelius. It would be an ace for him in the pistol round if they want to win it, but unfortunately the P250 from Nielsen is too strong, and Paradox Esports are going to be able to claim the pistol round of Dust 2. So, it was looking like an intense pistol for a while there. Tavelius doing some excellent work on the retake, but unfortunately Nielsen's flanking position just proving slightly too strong for him to be able to handle going into that one. And Hejsket, they are actually going to be buying into the second round. So most teams nowadays you see just do a raw save in the second one due to the increased loss bonus, but as Tavelius did get 5 kills, he does have enough money to comfortably buy himself an AK and head armor, so perhaps he's looking to ride off the adrenaline of his past frags. No immediate aggression. The last thing Hejsket want to do is rush into SMGs at close range and unnecessarily give away these AKs. I think that something to note on the side of Paradox is that Bo3 has only got a USPS and a head armor. This is likely because he's saving up for going into the next round, and also partly because I don't think they'll have anticipated there being 3 rifles out on the side of Hejsket going into this one, so I'm sure it'll be a shock to the system whenever they do decide to emerge. Well, the bomb and the rest of Hejsket are making their way over towards the A long position. That is the slightly weaker angle for Paradox, as Bo3 is the man holding the car position with the USPS. Info now given, of course, that there are AKs available. Well, Bo3 does an actual decent amount of damage, managed to find one kill with the assistance of some of the Hejsket players, and everything looks very good for Paradox going into this one. The trade's actually all falling in their favour to it. He's the only man left alive here, and of course, by the AKs going into this round, actually being hugely detrimental to them. One of them is at least going to be able to be dropped. And I've seen a lot of rifles being able to come out on the side of Paradox with some minimal investment. being brought into the next round, and the economy of Hejsket looking actually quite dangerous going into the third round. This is Hejsket's map pick as well, something to point out, so they're going to be going likely 3 throw down immediately. I'll have to see how explosively this pistol bite comes through. Uksu, the only man to push through the Molotov. Not going to be able to escape that endeavour with his life. A second Molotov should surely finish off the remaining Hejsket players. Well, the smoke does put it out, but HE and some well-placed AK sprays through the smoke. Going to be dealing with the rest of the players from Hejsket there. So it is the only man left alive. He's going to take the bomb down to lower tunnels area, but I think it'll be very surprising if he gets anything done here with the Glock and no armour. I think just managed to get a dink over towards recoil, but that's all he's going to be able to salvage as Paradox comfortably take their third round of the map. So a buy coming out now from the side of Hejsket, going into this fourth round, a round delayed to what they would have hoped for after their bonus round attempt going into the second one with their force by the AKs. Nevertheless, recoil, going to face with a scout, going to hit the wall instead of the opposing player's head though. Refrag going to be denied by a well-placed Molotov. Shoot on the side of Hejsket, which allows all of their players to escape from the peak with their lives. And well, mid control has now gone the way of the Finns. So they managed to find a pick off there. The buy is quite weak for Paradox in this one. They certainly have the economy to successfully purchase weapons and utility going into the next one, but actually being able to secure this round may be quite difficult for them. Nielsen now one of 2 remaining riflers being eliminated towards the mid position, and it's a very scattered defense from Paradox. Some incredible levels of individual play will have to be seen if they want to win this one. Well, Toad is good for 1 over towards the B site, but recoil does get overrun with his scout, not going to be able to find anything, but tagging Hejgi down to 22 HP. Well, Blasi is into an actual boost right now. I don't think he's going to expect Hejgi to be in that position, especially when the smoke fades. He's going to need to take a much more passive angle if he wants to garner anything from here. Tavidius though, crisp as ever with all his AWP shots, not allowing Toad any entrance into this round. And Blasi's just gonna creep away with my AK-47. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna take that over towards the long area, look for some exits. I'll be a happy camper if I can find them. That's what he's saying to himself. So the players from Hejsket are going to be trying to hunt him down, but his position as yet is unknown. And no exits can be found for Blasi. Still, economy is certainly comfortable on the side of Paradox Esports. Now we're going to be able to full buy into this one. Nielsen going to be on an AWP this time, and a full rifle buy for the rest of the men. A mirrored purchase being seen from their opponents on the T side as well. This time, Hejsket look to put all of their people out towards the A-long position initially. It's going to be on Blasi to try and stop them, but Usku ringing true with the AWP shot in that advanced position. Going to be able to deny him from getting any frags as they look to go for a quick A execute now. Hejgi nearly getting spoiled out by the AWP of Nielsen then. Has actually managed to retreat over towards the A-long position soon enough. It's all on recoil now though to defend this A-bomb site. He's in a very precarious position. Nielsen not in the best angle to peek. His body just getting spotted out by Uksu as well. Hejsket going to be eliminating his teammate after eliminating recoil. Bring them into a 4 versus 4 retake. Hejsket just gets spotted out by Toad though. He's had such crisp, clean shots, especially in the previous game as well. Uksu could get caught out here with a flash in his hand. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case though. Well, heads are being shown, but shots aren't quite connecting as of yet. Mr. Snaps though, getting Vili as well. Uksu is the player to watch down to the next position. Time is running out here actually. Uksu could be eliminated. Oh, the time, it's not there. He has no time to defuse this, surely. Surely, unless they get on a kit with immediately, oh, they may just have time. This could just be the most glorious round that we may have ever seen, and they do actually do it. So by the skin of their teeth, the 2 versus 4 retake does actually ring true. A certain degree of misplay there coming out, especially with the AWP shots being whiffed from Uksu. I thought at least he would have eliminated Toad pushing from the long position, but it is not the case, and that allows him to get on site and defuse in time. So 4-1. Money's still there partially for Hejsket, but a Galil on Hejsket, and it certainly won't be there if they lose this round. Well, Usku's good for Mr. Snaps, catching him out in the window as he's peeking towards that middle angle. Well, down towards Viley, but Usku trading out spray in return. Leaves us in a 2 versus 4 situation once again. Well, we can't count Paradox out of this one so far. They have been so skilled in the past, but you'd have to think that AWP shot from Toritius all but secures their fate in this one. So it's looking like 4-2 will be the scoreline as we continue with the rest of this two. Toad Cheetah. I wouldn't say so. How do I pronounce your name? That's the real question. Tikis. From what I've seen, he just seems to have good individual aim. He hasn't been so insane that I suspect him of cheating. No Forsaken levels of activation. From my point of view, just some good aim so far. Oh, not like this chat. The cheating accusations being thrown around wildly. Example, calling himself out there. Not exactly what you want to see from a moderator. Better not be hacking. That would be an absolute nightmare, wouldn't it? But he's actually going to get caught out and not going to save that up. That is really rough. You hate to see that. That is just an absolute kick in the teeth. You just get spotted out towards the long position. So it happens when you try and save so early, when they have the whole bomb cycle to really search the map and find you. 40 seconds is a long time, especially in CSGO, and certainly enough time for them to clear the whole map despite your position. So Billy, the only player in at the server yet to have a kill. It's been a 2-man race from Hejsket so far, the 7-7 brothers and Tuvedius and Usku, or Uksu rather. As it looks to be a pistol stack towards the AA long position from Paradox, and it looks to be swiftly deleted by the 10 players holding passively. The spray lines up for Uksu. He's good for 3 anti-eco frags.
Very nice from Uksu.
Very nice indeed.
So we have one on 8.
Yes, so Toad is the last man left alive. Over towards that A-bomb site, only got a CZ and Flash in hand, so I don't think he's going to be able to do very much as we continue into this game.
No. Third seat.
No.
No. Seriously?
Seriously? No.
What is underneath?
Well, Hejsket are going to be able to secure their 3rd round on the board. That looks to be all but assured from this point onward. It's just going to be a case of whether Toad is going to be able to find any exits as players retreat from this B-bomb site, and his position's a bit precarious as he can peek from 2 angles. He does hear Uksu push towards the lower tons, so he's going to be able to get one. Looking for more headshots, but no armor makes it very difficult for him to find anything. At the aim punch is certainly a factor. He gets eliminated, so a little bit of economy damage. Is not the best eco you've ever seen, but not really much you can do in that position either. Then Team Paradox, they have a decision to make as Mr. Snaps, his money is not looking very healthy, so they are going to elect to go for a partial buy into this one, keep the players on somewhat of a decently healthy economy, and then use that full loss bonus to give themselves full rifles and utility going into the next one. So an excellent HE is going to put Billy down to 48 HP. Now we're very susceptible to some scout play. Let's just being slightly more methodical in their executes now, using and expending where they need to. Well, Hagee spots that one on the angle and is good for another one as well. Superb passage of play from him. He's good for 2 headshots. That should signal to the rest of Hejsket that A is ripe for the picking. Nielsen trying to get some spam with the scout through the smoke. Not going to be able to land any shots, unfortunately, for him. We have seen a player disconnect from the side of Hejsket. I'm sure he'll be back in the server momentarily. Admins are being called for a pause in this matchup so far. A player from Hejsket left apparently. Hejsket. They're looking for an admin pause.
Who left?
Hejsket.
I don't know what you say. Oh yeah, okay, I can see. Okay, nothing. Welcome to What's the Stream.
Well, technical pause being called. One of the players from Hejsket has timed out, so a little bit of a technical issue that we are waiting to be resolved.
Remember to order Net 9 stuff and go check Gamerworld's Discord. It's on the below on the bio, I think. What is that?
So be sure to join the XLE League Esports League Discord. It should be in the bio panels directly below this stream. Alternatively, it has been posted in chat by Linksu and can be posted again on request. Just ask any moderator for it, and I'm sure they'll be happy to provide it for you. And this Discord obviously is the hub for all announcements, everything to do with the XLE Esports League, including upcoming fixtures, information about Season 2, and more importantly, live stream announcements. So you can never miss a stream with my beautiful casting voice gracing your earphones. Yeah, so Hejsket are looking much stronger after they've actually managed to have some full buys together on the T side of Dust2, Usku and Tuitius especially, 10 kills and 9 respectively. They are certainly the heavy hitters for Hejsket in this half, it has to be said. They are still missing a player who has yet to reconnect to the server. And Hejsket is finally here, so the unpause command has come in. They're waiting for CTs to call the unpause as well, and the game is about to resume. Really, still on 0 kills from Hejsket, something to notice. Perhaps he'd like to get a kill at some point.
So yeah, game's live. Player has some internet problems, I think.
Ah, right, okay. So internet connectivity issues were the reason for the disconnect from the server, but these have now been resolved. The game is back underway. Well, Blessy getting 1 kill towards the long position, but unfortunately for Paradox, the 2 remaining players are going to be traded out here. Nielsen in a very good position to find himself a mid-pick. He doesn't expect Viridius to be here, I don't think so. He's not scoped in as he peeks the angle. And that brings the advantage back in the favour.
Just looking very good.
Of Hejsket, indeed.
Yeah.
I'm looking much more skilled going into this half.
Currently, B is currently alone.
No, the Beast bomb site is completely empty. There are no defenders in this position, so Hejsket are going to be gifted that for free, it seems, as this smoke drops. That should be the information that Paradox need to start pushing these various angles. Philly, though, in a perfect position to get his first kills here. Right, this pre-fire from Mr. Snap, who's to get that AK headshot. So he has got 2 kills in this round, actually, so he has heeded my advice and gotten himself on the scoreboard, and Hejsket take their 5th round. 4th round in a row, I believe. Yep. And the money for Paradox, it has to be said, is certainly looking ropey at this point in time. It has been looking ropey ever since they started losing rounds in series. Gonna have to just go for basically an eco here, full pistol buy from them. Viridius peeking towards B tunnels with that all. Gonna ring out 1 kill, knows that Mr. Snaps is there as well. Well, they're hoping that Mr. Snaps is hoping that push a player out with utility in his hands, and they are going to be able to do so. But Hejsket now is going to be looking for the headshots on this short angle, and Paradox is thinking, actually, do we really want to take this? Do we want to throw our lives away into this AK? Well, they're going to try and grab it, but it's being fiercely guarded, and Hejsket going to be able to mop up the rest of those frags for himself, giving Hejsket their 6th round on the board. Well, full rifle buy coming out from the side of Paradox Esports. No AWP available for them. AWP has been in the hands of Twidius for however many rounds now. Feels like an eternity. He has nearly 15k to his name. So they go for a slightly more hybrid defense, playing 2 players towards A long, 1 short, and 1 towards the mid position, leaving a solo B player who's about to be reunited by his teammate Mr. Snaps. Mid control is going to be guarded from Hejsket, and there aren't actually any players watching this angle to defend it, so this really opens up. B split has to ring it home true, but Nielsen is going to find a scoop. Leaving the opening trade going in favour of the CTs, but Hejsket now going to be pushing up towards the A short angle, and Molotov comes in a little bit too late to delay the push of Villy. He's going to eventually tap off the head of recoil over towards the slope position. The bomb does get planted for a short by Hejsket as they look to put as many bodies as they can up towards that angle. Nielsen peeking his head from CT. He's going to get too aggressively pushed. Hejsket got some work to do here. Oh, he's full blind. He does manage to get around the corner, and Twidius does save him. Superb team play from Hejsket, just absolutely defending this bomb site with their lives. Toad getting the first trade kill though, and you just have Twidius to worry about. The AWP on the angle, and the first shot's whiffed, but there's still the follow-up shots from Toad are whiffed as well, but there's 2 versus 4. It's actually happened again for them, but it's too late this time. They've waited 1 second too many, and this bomb ticks away. They're just hoping to achieve these weapons and get out with their lives. So 7 rounds on the board for Hejsket, but they can afford, well, Paradox can afford to buy into this one now. We've saved the AWP and that rifle. It was looking very good for a moment. They just too delayed on their pushes and ultimately resulted in them not having enough time to defuse. So we are seeing a full buy come out from Paradox. The scout looks like some form of accidental purchase in the hands of recoil, as he does pick up an M4A4 now. Instead, Twidius trapped in the corner. The smoke is going to allow his exit, although he's going to take a little bit of damage from that MP5 spray. Not enough though to see him to the grave. Nielsen being eliminated towards the middle position, and oh, Mr. Snaps fought to retrieve a rifle, and he has actually been able to do so, but disjointed CT defense is not exactly what they're looking for. Hejsket in advanced position going to be able to eliminate Toad as well, and as we said, the Paradox's defense of these bomb sites does look very ropey. They haven't seemed to have much of an answer to Hejsket's aggression. They're just kind of getting trampled again. It was almost like the initial startings of Inferno, where Hejsket was having these really successful site executes and plants, and Paradox weren't really being able to respond. We're seeing that almost mirrored here. Hejsket about to claim their 7th round in a row. And Paradox not really having an answer for them. The scoreline looks to move now to 8-4 in favour of the Finnish side. This is their map pick, so you expect them to be at advantage on it.
Terrorists win.
Ooh. Twidius nearly being eliminated by the bomb there, but being able to hold an advanced enough position to eliminate one of the saving players. So good exit frag there from him. Well, another partial buy has come in from Paradox. Nielsen lucky to escape with his life, but the info that he's there is certainly given. Somehow he's still good for 1 kill, and the trade outs do come in. Really finding another one in position though. Hejsket just going to be facing it to 2 players. The fact that he's allowed to get 1 in that position without the teammate refragging or at least assisting in the damage is just poor communication from that point of view. Nearly risk getting 2 there. Mr. Snaps has yet to pick up the AK or the M4 dropped by his teammate. Fear it's being guarded most likely. He's going to grab it now though, but is he aware that there's a player towards the doors? The player towards the doors is aware that he's there, that's for sure. He is going to get pushed in the short angle there. Starts to turn around, but does it a second too late, and Hejsket takes his head off from the rear, and it's all on recoil now in a 1 versus 3 situation. Have to be said, Hejsket are just dominating certain frags. They're just trading out more effectively at the start of these rounds, and that's just giving them such an easier time of being able to actually take and secure these bomb sites. They're really not being contested at all on the defenses. I mean, the trades just come out too late, if at all, from Paradox. They seem to have no answer for these early kills coming out from Hejsket. So 9-4 the scoreline. Economy for Paradox, not quite enough to fall by, but is it enough to warrant a full save? Not entirely, so they are going to go for a partial pistol buy. Hejsket have had 8 rounds in a row on this T side so far. Something should be said that Paradox did doing a little beatboxing there for you. Certainly does have to be said that Paradox were stronger on their T side than they were on their CT side of Inferno, but their T side certainly went a lot better. The CT side certainly went a lot better on Inferno than it has so far in this game. The early deagle shots, almost finding eliminations actually. These pistol players could be dangerous. Whoa. Mr. Snap's good from one angle. Spray coming through though, unfortunately just whiffing it a little bit too late. Toad looking for more, but tags actually low, and the remaining 2 players don't have the most difficult task in the world to find. 2 players only on 3 HP. They can secure a rifle. This could be a very easy retake for them. Instead, all they have to rely on is deagle spam. Nielsen ringing out shots through the doors, but not actually being able to land 1 bullet on the 3 HP player. Is going to be able to pick up an AK-47 for himself now instead, though. And Willy is the only man aggressively peeking himself. He does have 100 HP, so you can afford to be doing such things. But it does look like the players from Paradox once again are going to be holding for exit. It's not really a viable strategy at this point in time, to be honest. You're not going to be damaging their economy. They've got like 15k apiece. Maybe if you want to save those rifles, that doesn't look like what Blasi is going to be trying to do. He goes and grabs an AK for himself, but he's got a player towards T-spawn to contend with now.
Terrorists win.
Just get their 10th round on the board. Well, as we head into the last round of the first half, Paradox going for a full buy as Hejsket 2 auto snipers for them as they look to be spamming through the doors, trying to eliminate any players on the cross, and this is going to basically give them free access to a B bomb site. It's going to be a combat defense, that's for sure. Players rushing through angles, trying to proactively defend, and this might actually be the one that Paradox win. The bomb goes down now on the B site. 4 versus 2 in favour of the European side. But this auto sniper still in play, Tiberius. Good for another 2 flags. That full flash is going to get Hejsket, and a superb play there from Blasi. 2 AK headshots going to secure Paradox their 5th round of the half. Hello to you, Herkonen. What is up, my guy? Scoreline is currently 10-5 on Dust 2. This is Hejsket's pick. Paradox Esports, as a reminder, if you're only just tuning in, Paradox Esports claimed Inferno 16-12, and Hejsket are 10-5 up on their pick of Dust 2. Now it's Paradox's turn to try and overrun the bomb sites of Hejsket. Well, Hejsket proving a bit too strong for their defenses so far. Got 2 kills. That's a successful defense from him. Going to buy enough time for the rotates by the looks of things. They're looking to hold this retake slightly more passively than they had been previously. Bomb is going to go down, but now the defense game is on Paradox, and that has not been one of their strengths previously. Nielsen's been absolutely eliminated due to poor positioning. It's all on Mr. Snaps now from the aggressive car position. Not going to be able to find it. And Hejsket managed to take the second pistol. So CT's getting the pistols in both halves. I think that Paradox are not going to be mirroring the errors of their opponent and purchasing into the second round. They are instead going to go for a pistol round. Well, they are gonna. Oh dear, no. Recall, what are you doing, mate? Why are you shooting Toad in the back of the head? Not like this. Not like this. Well, that flash does not land exactly as hoped for. The scout's in position now, though, and proving very effective against these unarmoured ecoing players. Recall very aware that there may be a flanking player in the form of Upsu, and he'd be absolutely correct. Well, Mr. Snaps is good for one. He's about to get knifed, though. He does manage to secure another one for himself, so quite a healthy economy he's built up with that knife kill. He's going to be pushing up towards the angle now. That's nice to go down. Really just going to peek out through it, though, and secure themselves around. So 3 kills on Nico, not too bad. Going to force the reinvestment from the CTs going into the next one. They have quite a lot of money themselves, so they can actually afford an AWP due to that knife endeavour from Mr. Snaps. And he's not going to buy one there. He's just going to drop himself an AK by the looks of things. Well, the 2 players from Hejsket are going to be doing a much better job at aggressively holding the A long position. They certainly look much more drilled on this map than they did on Paradox's pick of Inferno. As they get the opening frag over towards the line, all 4 of them from Paradox over towards the short. Hejsket trying to get sneaky up towards middle. Is eventually be dealt with, although Uksu punishes Blazzy for being too cheeky and holding that mid angle for too long, but the bomb is going to go down on the B bomb side, and this is a very good strategy from Hejsket. They've read perfectly, or Hejsket rather, perfectly that Paradox have not been successfully defending their bomb sites when on the CT side, so they're just basically going, yeah, you know what, plant the bomb, because we're pretty confident that we can attack bomb sites better than you can defend them, because we've just done it for an entire half. In this round it doesn't appear to work out, as Nielsen gets himself a triple kill. Ooh, a little bit of hoppy coming out from Recall there, a little bit of the bouncy bounce. That is going to find Team Paradox their 6th round on the board. Interesting statistic there. Recoil only on 1 kill. Maybe the recoil of his weapons proving too much from control, subsequently preventing him from actually being able to eliminate his enemies. We'll have to see with regards to that one though. Well, Villy's going to be deleted off the map, as somehow Hejsket, just by losing 1 round, are forced into a full eco. Immediately Nielsen, good for another one, just padding his stats in his anti-eco frags. Can he get a 3rd? Surely Kagi would not re-peek in this angle, and he's wise enough to know that he needs to retreat away from that grenade before he gets forced out of position. He's going to be eliminated by the SPS though, so slightly embarrassing there. AK is going to be retrieved by Uksu, and he's on 4 HP himself though. This round looks set to go comfortably the way of Paradox. Only 1 ecoing player remaining, so planted, and he does get eliminated as well. So 7-12 in favour of them now. Well, not in favour of them, in favour of Hejsket. But Paradox are starting to score in this up. Well, Nielsen is going to be bested in those mid picks. Deleted by his open counterpart, Uksu. Absolutely decimating the T-side offensive of Paradox. He's just going to push through smoke and be swiftly eliminated as well, and there are only 2 members left alive for Paradox now as Hejsket swiftly dismantle their efforts to try and force their way into a bomb site. Uksu rather with his 3rd kill of the round. Can he make it a quad kill? That is the question. He's just been ever so secure, anchoring down this bomb site and just finding the kills exactly as they are needed. Recall is going to get flanked upon, and he's just going to stay on 1 kill. Hopefully not for the remainder of the game. That would be awful. Just have to see exactly what he is capable of. Pause being called by Paradox, most likely tactical. Hejsket are only 3 rounds away from forcing us to our decider of nuke. Paradox looking and thinking whether they force fire into this. They are just going to drop each other pistols. So ecoing, going to allow Hejsket to potentially get 14 rounds on the board by the looks of things. Well, a very partial buy coming out from the T's, SMGs, pistols and armor only, keeping themselves comfortably with enough money to buy into the next one. They don't quite want to give 14 rounds to their opponents, but alternatively, they also don't comfortably want to give 14 rounds to their opponents, so they do want to challenge it, but at the same time they don't want to be full buying or forcing their way into it, losing this one and potentially granting 15. Well, the counter flashes and nades are coming through and they are absolutely eviscerating the T's. Nielsen with an absolutely nasty deagle headshot though. He's going to be able to find an opener for his side. That grenade could actually nearly eliminate Recall, puts him down to 3 HP. Just walk this one, certainly should. Oh no, he's actually whiffed and it hurts Uksu instead. And the bomb is finally going to be planted. Really looking to get aggressive through the smoke, but the trade flags coming in from all angles. Nielsen has to control this thing before anything done, but the trade's coming from all over the place, and Toad is going to be the man in the car position that is going to actually be able to defend this for them. Toad is the man with the plan. He hasn't repositioned, so Hejgi might actually have the drop on him here. He hasn't had a chance to move away because he doesn't know the position of his opponent, so he's just going to hold very passively. That AC grenade is going to hurt him. He's just buying time now. He's got to be quick. Unfortunately for him, though, Hejgi does get the better of him. Should get to the bomb with enough time to successfully defuse it. And he does so. So Hejsket taking their 14th round on the board, and it does look like we are drawing ever closer to that 3rd map. It will be Nuke as the decider, should we get there. Hejsket only need 2 rounds to put us there. Paradox need to win 9. If they would like to win this, they need 9 rounds consecutively to win this in regulation time. What you'd like to see if you're on the side of Paradox Esports. Well, 2 for 2 trade outs coming out towards the long position. Blazzy living up to him, burning in the Blaz, if you would, or the blaze of the Molotov. And more 1 for 1 trades coming out from either side of the bomb site. Really, keeping the long position now. Recoil though, he gets his 2nd and 3rd kill of the game. Actually securing the 8th round for Paradox. So if there was a round for him to turn up, it was that one. Stopping map point from being gained by Hejsket. Hejsket ecoing once again into the next one, just absolutely walking into the firing range for Nielsen, and he gets himself a collateral kill as 2 players line up, and Blazzy is good for the other 2, so the swift anti-eco there. Just going to allow CTs to build their economy a little bit more, although it still looks a little bit broken, if you ask me. They are going to be buying into this one by the looks of things, though, or in the hands of Uksu. They are forcing around this, hoping that they can force their way into map points. Are the FAMAS is going to be strong enough to do it, though? That is the question. Well, only a little bit of spam coming through the smoke there. Going to cause a little bit of damage to Hejsket. Well, they're angling towards the A site, and that is the site with a 3-man stack, and really just absolutely destroying them with the FAMAS. Hejsket as well, with another AWP kill, and it has to be said, Mr. Snaps is all left for Paradox, and Hejsket take their 15th round. So Hejsket putting us 1 round away, hitting that all-important 3rd map in the best of 3 series. Both sides are going to have enough money to buy into this one. They are going to be doing so by the looks of things. Going to be AWPing against Nielsen. Does use that walk-in strategy though. Gets himself behind the door before he can be picked off. Blasi getting dinked almost immediately. A well-placed HE grenade could delete him. Like it is going to be the case so far though. Mr. Snappy is about to eat a HE of his own. Having that one for breakfast, putting down to 65 HP. Blasi finally being ready towards long. Really being claimed as the trade frag though. Recoil. Taking out to Idius. There's now the rest of the players from Paradox just play it a little bit slower. They don't want to give anything else away, but in doing so they do drop the bomb mid and lose their AWPer. AWP is hopefully going to be retrieved without issue due to a well-placed smoke grenade. That is going to go down successfully. Flash is going out towards the long position now. It's going to be Hejsket as the first point of contact. He is going to retreat towards the A-bomb site, just about getting back there in time before any other players peek. Well, Toad is good to find Hejsket on that position, so it is going to be a 2 versus 3 post-plant situation by the listening though. Uksu eliminating one on the cross. The sprays through, nearly eliminating the other 2 as well. No Molotovs left for Hejsket, only one it would take really to truly have eviscerated that round in the plant position. It does look like it's going to be a split push. Hejsket good for 1. Over towards A short. Recoil, the man with everything to do now. Uksu whiffing his first AWP shot. And he's going to be able to get recoil as well. So that is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. 16-9 will be the final scoreline in favour of Hejsket as we move into the final map, Nuke. It's going to 3rd map, ladies and gentlemen, in the quarterfinals of the XLE Esports League. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that was very nice. So will we come back?
sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Oh, oh. 'Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. Oh, I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in a sky full of stars, I think I see you. I think I see destaca cuando anda, va causando impresión. Cada día cuando levanta, brilla como el sol. Su vestido de seda calienta mi corazón como en una novela en la televisión. Me acerco a ti, bailemos, juguemos, acércate, oh, porque mi cintura necesita tu ayuda. No lo tengo en las venas y no la puedo controlar. Creo que mi cintura choca con mi cultura. Tropiezo con la arena, ya no me puedo controlar. Y bajando, bajando, olvidando, olvidando que estoy bailando, bailando, y así hasta el amanecer. Porque mi cintura necesita tu ayuda. No lo tengo en las venas, voy a aprender a controlar mi cintura, cintura. Mi cintura, cintura. ¿Por qué no bajamos a la playa para así practicar pronto por la mañana y así no hay nadie más? Cuando bailo contigo, tu cuerpo me da calor, besito a besito, mi fruta de la pasión. Me acerco a ti, bailemos, juguemos, acércate, oh, porque mi cintura necesita tu ayuda. No lo tengo en las venas y no la puedo controlar. Y bajando, bajando, olvidando, olvidando que estoy bailando, bailando, y así hasta el amanecer. Porque mi cintura necesita tu ayuda. No lo tengo en las venas, voy a aprender a controlar mi cintura, cintura. Ven hacia mí, ven hacia ven hacia mí, que ya no puedo parar. ven hacia mí, como las olas del mar. Ven hacia mí, ya no puedo parar. Y bajando, bajando, olvidando, olvidando, que estoy bailando, bailando, y así hasta el amanecer. Porque mi cintura necesita tu ayuda, no lo tengo en las venas, voy a aprender a controlar. Y bajando, bajando, olvidando, olvidando, que estoy bailando, bailando, y así hasta el amanecer. Mi cintura, cintura. Mi cintura, cintura.
They wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't, hey, no. I finesse down Western Road, hey, next. Might go down to G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside eat. And still bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. Hey, hey. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dawg. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broski.
With my pen because I trust it. Writing
They wish.
a little bit of light, trying to find my heart. Funny when I break out a lifestyle dark. Honey when I rank in a tight flow spark. What a psycho chart, playing dice, go starter. Who are you? Better know yourself. Know your soul, gotta know your wealth. Slow your roll, get a hold, don't melt. And don't you fall when I feel like hell. Well, who am I? Am I and me? I'm not the one you wanna fuck with. Late nights messing up my sleep, so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. Writing, trying to get myself a lamb color cuss for the game. Leave him hanging by his chain. Click, bang, feeling rage, feeling fire in my brain, feel insane. And it's story, feel the flame. 45 to my brain, playing more and please hell. No glory. out the pressure with my pay because I trust it. But you wanna get myself a lamb color custard. Remember, I used to be that kid that every day would get rejected. Y'all got my story, the glory was painted on a song. I'm mortified but feel immortal. It's pen to this paper, always open up different portals. It's I and me, it's me and I'm by myself. I'm down the ride, I'm taking on the tide. Size of tsunamis touching the sky. I got a quick scan. It's time to move, leaving everything else behind. I got something to prove. I'm just riding away, no, I ain't running away. I got memories set, oh, I'm just finding my place. I belong to, building glory in my soul.
Okay, so hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final map of our third quarter-final in the X Electro Esports League. I am Pro3 once again, casting our third and final map. It is to decide it. It is Nuke. The teams are Hejsket versus Paradox Esports. We've had a riveting series so far. The first map, Inferno, picked by Paradox, won by Paradox 16-12. The second map, Dust 2, picked by Hejsket, won by Hejsket 16-9. And that is what leads us all down to this, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final decider. It is, of course, Nuke. The winner of this will take the series and will advance to the semi-finals of the X Electro Esports League. The loser will be eliminated from the tournament. It's all to play for in this one map. I've seen a lot of high-level Counter-Strike being played so far this evening. Paradox certainly look much stronger on Inferno than they did on Dust 2 overall. Their CT side on Dust 2, it has to be said, was certainly nothing to be admired. Meanwhile, Hejsket's T side was incredibly strong, and it has to be said that some of the more successful teams on Nuke in the upper echelons of the professional competitive scene, they all have the key component to being good on Nuke appears to be having a very strong T side. There are very few teams in the world that can do that. So if Hejsket can pull off a very strong T side on this map, then this series could be within their grasp of victory. We are currently waiting for the remaining players from both teams to connect to the server. We are waiting for 3 more people in total. Make that 2 now. Before we go live into the knife round and then continue with the rest of the game. If you would like to keep up with the developments of the X Electro Esports League, find out match schedules and fixtures, as well as try and participate in the second season of the league, then feel free to join the X Electro Esports League Discord. Just ask an admin for the link and I'm sure they'll be happy to provide one for you. As of pretty soon we should be all but ready to go live with the knife round. So who in chat do you think is going to claim this game? My money is on Hejsket. I think they appear to have been the stronger side overall, especially when it came to the T-side offensive. I think that could be the difference maker on Nuke. We're definitely going to need to see if Paradox want a chance of winning this game. We're certainly going to see a higher level of individual play than we saw from Recoil in the last map. We only had 1 kill up until the last sort of 4 or so rounds that were played. In the casting. Who's the caster now? Herkinen. My name is Pro3, and I will be the caster this evening from the third and final map. All players have connected, so the countdown has begun as we go into the knife round. Whichever side gets the CT side will certainly have the benefit. They're going to want to post as many rounds on the board as possible. Nuke renowned for being quite heavily CT sided in the current meta and in all iterations of this map. Much less so than it was previously, but still important nevertheless. Oh, hello Ete, nice to meet you. I apologise if I've just butchered the pronunciation of your name. Well, the knife round has gone live now, ladies and gentlemen, as all players look to be pushing towards the outside area. Both gaining their respective high grounds, hoping that it will be over Anakin, as they have the high grounds. Both teams playing passively now. The clock is running down, so somebody's going to have to make a move at some point. And it is Hejsket that claimed the first 3 kills. Paradox trading back with 2 of their own, but Recoil now left on his own. 1 right click away from death. He only has to isolate 3 1v1s, but unfortunately he can't do so. He's going to get right clicked himself. And that is going to see Hejsket winning the knife round and electing to stay on the CT side. I believe Hejsket to be the favourite going into this map. Those are my initial thoughts anyway, but we'll have to see. They are starting on the CT side. It is favoured one on this map. They have the advanced pistols, so what are they going to be able to do? That is the question. Well, a bit of calamity as players look to push towards the vents. There's a little bit of blockage going on, going to lead to a kill. Territus, has he managed to creep in behind them in the vents? He has done so. Going to be able to find Toad for himself as well, but he is being flanked as we speak. I don't think he's heard the player push that angle, but Territus, good for the second kill, and they're just going to stick the defuse here. Mr. Snaps, only man left alive to deny it, and unfortunately not going to be able to do so, so the first pistol is going to go the way of Hejsket. Oh, apologies for the cough. So, nothing of the unexpected here. A full eco coming out from Paradox, as we've seen so many times in these second round plays. They're going to be looking to just take their full rifles and utility going into the next one if they can. Block rush towards the outside area. Good for 1 kill as Hejsket falls. Hejsket with the scout looking for some more kills. Isn't actually going to be able to find any yet. Just taking a lot of players down to low HP. Billy eliminating one there, and Hejsket now with another one, and all of a sudden this push starts to fall apart for Paradox. I mean, with all Glocks, no other investment, 1 kill is just about all you can hope for, really. I mean, I think ideally you're looking for a bomb plant in this situation, but without any utility it's going to be hard for them to gain control of the outside area. Lassie though does manage to find himself another kill with a Glock, not been able to salvage himself any weaponry. He does have a whole minute to play with to try and get himself into some unique positions. And try and catch maybe some of the low HP players off guard. Well, it's Uxu that's going to face him, and that man is on 90 HP, not necessarily enough for a Glock to fall him. As he's just going to stick up towards the rafters, run around, see what else he can get done. Definitely does want to die before the clock runs down though, in order to take some money into the next round. Oh, that right click just gives his position away. That Doritos wasn't actually facing him, and he should be swiftly eliminated now. Somehow he's whipping all of these shots. Eventually they do land though. So swift anti-eco, well, not necessarily swift, but a relatively clean one, only using 2 players for the Glocks. Does Paradox look to fall by now? Well, Hejsket electing to keep a UMP. Not necessarily going to do the best work against the full head armor of the Paradox side. They do appear to be gearing up for a full utility execute. Well, Turitius is good for the first kill. Smokes go down in the outside area now, though. This should allow them to get safely into secret. And the flash comes out in the tunnels, but Bo3 gets caught off guard, but that flash is so perfect. Allows him to get one kill when he thought he would have none. This angle doesn't get peaked, and Vili. Perfect double spray down for him with the M4A1S. Nielsen holding the flank angle, going to be good for one, but he has no bomb and he has 3 players to find. A task perhaps too great even for his skill, as he looks to be walking away with his AK. Potentially trying to save it into the next round, though. He has got a whole minute and needs to wait to do so. And dropping down into the vents is just going to lead to his demise. So a swift 3-0. This Paradox don't look like they'll be able to afford to buy once again. Just a pistol buy coming out from Paradox. This one looking for a quick execute into a bomb site, most likely. Doesn't get spotted out. There is no gap in that smoke, despite what I may believe. My eyes must be deceiving me. Well, Tweetus has been so strong from this position so far, and he only continues to get kills from there. Hejsket pushes through, good for one, turns around, gets another double spray down, perfect for him. Assisted by Vili, of course. And then Uksu cleaning up the final player, so very clean anti-eco, no eliminated players. For Hejsket, they keep all of their weaponry and armour going into the next round, as we see another full buy now coming out from Paradox. Up in the hands of Nielsen. He was the primary upper over on Inferno. Let's see how much damage that he'll be able to do on the T side of Nuke. Well, so far all the players seem to be grouped up outside the A-bomb site. Don't want to be contesting outside too much, just holding the squeaky and lobby areas. And this information from Hejsket could be vital, that there's no one actually angling towards the outside. It could cause a repositioning of the defense from Hejsket. Smokes going down now. On the A-bomb site as a full execute comes in from Paradox. They will start running through the smokes, trying to go into the vent. Vitius is good for one from the upper position, but Nielsen eliminates him. As the bomb makes its way over towards the bomb site, Vili getting eliminated. Over towards the connector angle. Nielsen with a combat shotgun up, getting that closed angle frag. Not quite aware that there is someone on his flank though. Just get around the corner before it can become too much of a serious issue. 2 versus 3 retake here for Hejsket. Nielsen gonna have to do some heavy work with this up. Wow, that no scope certainly a good way to start. Mr. Snap's getting himself another headshot. Hejgi though, good for another kill, and it's down into the 1 versus 1. Hejgi, oh, the whiff from Nielsen. He doesn't manage to land the spray, and somehow it's all falling apart. He's sticking the bomb. The Molotov's going to come out. Oh, scope in, too powerful. The smoke went down just a second too late. Position of Hejgi, well, not unknown to Nielsen, and a quad kill allows him to force Paradox into claiming their first round of this half. Well, due to the 4 rounds that they won, Hejsket can still afford to fall by going into this one, so Paradox have still got a lot of work to do. They want to break the economy of their Finnish opponents. Hejgi going to be peeking towards the outside area with this up. Is he going to be able to deal any damage with it though? That is the question. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to spot anybody out just yet. Instead, going to be wandering away more passively. Getting the execute. Well, the smoke is in position to allow them to enter the vents and drop down to B by the looks of things. This seems to be the default strat from Paradox. To sort of get down initial smoke down in front of the vent, try and pile down, and then secure a post-plant position on the B side. They haven't had much success. Oh no. They haven't had much success with that flashbang either. Let alone they're pushing outside, and a flash indeed. Well, Vinny's going to be the first point of contact. He does get eliminated though. Viridius from the upper position, good for 1 kill. Hiding in the smoke, just about survives. Not for long enough though. Blaz doesn't find him in return. Hejsket with the AWP, good for 1, good for the planter as well. 30 seconds now. Paradox need to get this bomb down. They're in some serious trouble. Blaz's position just been given away, but smoke dissipates just at the right time for him. He's allowed to retreat up into a slightly more aggressive spots that 1. We'll be looking for more though. Bomb has to go down in the next 15 seconds if they want to hope at winning this round. It is going to be done towards the silo position. Molotov going to be extinguished by the smoke. Not much left they can do, but both players here on very low HP, and this Molotov may see them both off. Oh, it's going to take him down and force them out, that's for sure. Mr. Snap in the hut angle. I think they know he's there somehow. Oh, and Hejsket finds a close range AWP start, giving Hejsket their 5th round of this CT side. So superb play from them, just post-plant situation, excellent retake, played everything right. Hejsket with some excellent triple kill with the AWP. That really just forces their way back into that round. And another pistol buy we see for Paradox as their economy appears to be even further weakened. Paradox, they are going to push all their players in through the connector area. Blazy is good for 1 with the CD75. Right, so eliminating some players in return. Blazy doing a little bit of work with his 7-4. Going to need to do a little bit more if he wants his team to win this round, that's for sure. That Molotov should force him out of position. Right into the AWP. Oh, what? Sorry. Little bit of a whiff there. That's going to allow the bomb to go down and Blazy to keep his life. The retake game is on. Mr. Snaps, he's going to need to be hitting some nasty licks with this Deeg if they want to win this one. There's no way they save here. It's 2v3, guys. No, the rotates are coming back out. Oh, Hejsket now though. He's only on 2 HP. This could be a bit dangerous. Hejsket a little bit aggro. Finds 1, looks for a second one, but Mr. Snaps does find him. Position given away now though. And look at Hejsket, does find the headshot, turns around. He's got 1 head to find and he does it, Mr. Snaps. You absolute demon, triple kill with a D from him. In Paradox, their 2nd round on the board. Well, this is certainly going to tip the scales back in Paradox's favour. Economy now limited on the side of Hejsket. Paradox actually looking to go down towards the ramp this time. First time they've done it, and it's a good thing they've gone so quickly as the Hejsket walking caravan is flanking them. They're not going to get caught off guard just yet by it though. They're going to be able to get some firm post-plant positions off of this. Well, Blaz is good for 2. He's good for 3. How many more can he find? He's got 4. Anti-eco ace is what he'll be looking for now. Bo3 seems quite content not to push and give it to him though. Just going to sit tight, hold for some exits. If he can get them, he should be pretty happy, but it's looking unlikely. So 3 rounds on the board now for Paradox. They're all going to sit up against this ramp, not take any damage from the bomb, stand on top of each other like a human pyramid, like cheerleaders in high school. And they are all going to survive. As the pause comes in from Uksu, now from Hejsket. Well, likely that they'll be talking about tactics, thereby is limited in this one. They are going to go for the AWP though and rifles instead of favouring some utility. Paradox on the other side, they don't really have to worry about money. They've got fat stacks in the bank. Things are looking good for them. Well, you see, the pause is still in place. I don't quite think the T's have realised that they also need to unpause when the opponents call the pause. There we go. So Nielsen has finally called it. And the match is due to resume shortly. Well, this time Paradox is going to put a couple of one player towards the outside area. It is Nielsen with that up, and he is going to get Hejsket eliminated. That bodes well for their chances of winning this round, that's for sure. Getting the opening pick on an AWPer is always something that you want to be looking to do as an attacking T side. Hejsket now just waiting, pondering, wondering exactly at what angle Paradox are going to press, and this time they are going to look to push down towards Secret. A little bit of a pre-fire there. No one's holding the aggressive angles, and Mr. Snaps and Blasi goes for a couple of kills on those angles. To Wittius though, he's going to find a trade of his own towards the fence. Oh, he's pushing in from the ramp, and he just find what he just spot out the shoulder on Nielsen as well, and this retake is well and truly activated. Which could be very successful for them. The bomb is tapped, and Uksu finds another one to Wittius with another himself, and 6-3 is to be the scoreline. No kit defuse, by the way. So they were very quick hitting up that retake where Hejsket give himself their 6th round on the board. They're going to want to get as many as possible while they still are on this CT side. So despite the lack of utility and despite losing their AWPer early on, Hejsket did manage to find their way back into that round with some intense plays from Uksu. Really providing their team with the advantage they needed. Oh, it's going to be a disastrous spray now for Paradox here. Uksu gets 2, nearly gets 3 himself. Hejsket. This is the shot. This is the second shot as well. Now that is really not something that you want to see. Definitely don't want to be re-peeking that one. Paradox looking to go towards this B angle once again. With the plan. Hejsket is just going to burn alive in his Molotov by those things to Wittius though. Swift as anything. Opens the door, gets a quick spray down to the head, closes it back again. Hejsket with another one, and it's all on recall, given away, and Hejsket gets his second. 7-3 is the scoreline. Paradox now once again relegated to a pistol buy. Not going to be able to do very much with this, it doesn't look like. Now I'm going to push to the outer area. Nonetheless, Nielsen lucky to get away with just a leg shot there. Mr. Snaps not faring so well. Auto shotgun being used to good effect, and Hejsket getting taken down by Blasi's Deagle spray. Feels bad, man. Nielsen's made his way all the way down secret into under. Blasi! What are you doing? He's looking for more, but he's not going to find it. Twitters, too witty for that play. Shuts it down quite effectively with the AK-47. And then Nielsen, he's got body armor, but he's only got 18 HP, so it's not like it's really going to matter. Shots are being traded above Viddy's head by the looks of things. Two kills with the auto shotgun, not bad. Were anti-eco frags, but nevertheless still proved effective and gave Hejsket their 8th round on the board. So they guaranteed to come out of this half with at least a round advantage over their opponents, even if they lose the subsequent 4, including this one. Well, this time we're seeing Paradox hold slightly more passively towards that A lobby position. Smoke executes look to be coming out all over the map. Interested to see where they do end up. They do look like they're going for a flat A execute this time though. Molotov very well placed, going to force Viddy out of his position from the upper angle. Only ever good from one frag from this angle, it looks like. He always gets one, but always gets immediately traded out. So whether that's miscommunication from his teammates or not is yet to be seen. Uksu trying to get in on that sweet flank in action, but recoil is too smart for it. It's all on Hejsket now, and they don't really have the money to allow him to go for this, so he's likely to save. We are likely to see Paradox get their 4th round of this half. Well, Hejsket not going to be granted with any exit frags on this day, as all of his opponents do flee towards T-spawn, not on his angle. Hejsket are just about going to be able to cobble a buy together. Or another auto shotgun coming out, so it is Twitters with the money. He's going to drop the AWP for Hejsket. Hejske's going to need to hit some much more lethal shots in this outer position. Should you want to be successful? I'm having a little bit of a bug on my feed here. Thankfully it's not on the screen. Toad's gun model just not showing up for me. Very interesting. Just CSGO things. Twitters waiting ever patiently with his shotgun, hoping that somebody crawls into his crosshair. However, I don't think today is going to be the day. He's going to get aggro with it instead, and he does find one kill. The power of the close range headshot. He's going to want to contest this time, though. Twitters won't be so lucky a second time. Does get recalled down to 12 HP, but the rest of his teammates have been doing a fairly good job at trading out. And they've put him firmly in an advantage in this round. Mr. Snaps is going to creep over towards this A-bomb site with the bomb, moving ever so slowly. Does not want to be heard by his opponents. Well, that Molotov is going to stop the push up from the vents position. Hejsket, though, from heaven is the man to worry about. Mr. Snaps, keen to eliminate his gaze. Well, that's going to force him out, and he's good for one, but the trade flag does come in, so 9-4 will be the scoreline as we continue on with this game on Nuke. So Hejsket looking very dominant so far on the CT side. They have but 2 more rounds to assert their dominance fully before it is their turn to assume the mantle of the T. And we swap halves. Well, a full AK buy can still be afforded by Paradox, and that is exactly what they are going to go for 5 AKs for them. Oh, some nut spray there, eliminating all of those windows. Blasi absolutely destroying them. If only he can eliminate his opponents with such ferocity. Toritius trying to get too aggressive too early this time, and it is read perfectly. They're not going to grant him any free kills, and Nielsen taking out Villy as well, and all of a sudden this round is starting to look a little bit ropey. All the guys on Hejsket, but Uksu's position doesn't get spotted. He's good for 2-3 from the slope position, and he just eviscerates the B-bomb site attack from the ramp. And most importantly, gives his team bomb control, and Paradox are wondering what on earth just happened there. How does nobody peek this angle? This Paradox are trapped in the 2 versus 2 now, and they don't have bomb control for themselves, so Blasi's going to be spotted out, and he had the door open underneath him, so he's gone for the ace, but in his greed, he's going to be eliminated. Grenade in hand for Nielsen, just about knowing when to throw it. He's going to try and get this absolute BM dualies kill, or face spotted. Grenade goes out, and the grenade does get the kill, so he does go for the Kobe, he does secure it. That secures Hejsket their 10th. By some superb play from Uksu, it has to be said. Hejsket does get his AWP dropped back in return as we head into the last round of the first half of Nuke. Paradox not exactly looking like they're going to have the most healthy buy here, looking almost like a Hejsket 11-4 half. Could be on the boards. Toad this time. In with 1 kill. Well, Uksu is the one that gets caught out actually by recoil. Toridius is going to get revenge. MP9 still towards the position, and Blasi reads him like a book and eliminates him, but this UMP position and the M4A4 from the rafters is a bit too deadly. Villy nearly gets caught off guard, but prevents him from doing so. Turns around with a nice 180 spray down, and Blasi, the last man left alive. His position given away, sprays through the door, but doesn't actually manage to find the frag. Does find him on the retreat though, but Hejsket is going to catch him off guard in the end. 11-4 is the initial scoreline as we head into the second half of the final map. Well, Hejsket looked incredibly dominant on their CT side. Are they going to be able to continue the dominance going into the T side? That is the question. They only need to find 5 rounds to win the series. Paradox need 12. So Nielsen getting aggressive with his pistol in the outside area, and he's going to get called out by Toritius on above the silo. As Hejsket now look to push towards Secret and the B bomb site. Has the info been given though? That is the question. As he's still holding up towards heaven, so he's not going to be one of the men on site to potentially deny this plan. And no one is going to deny it. Mr. Snaps does eliminate Uksu before he can reposition properly. He's looking for another one as well, spamming with the USPS, not finding very much and getting shot in the back in return. Billy's position given away does actually eliminate Mr. Snaps with the jump shot. Inevitably though. Oh, Blasi getting a bit aggressive from Billy with another one. Looking very good for him. Can he get his 3rd kill? Doesn't want to peek this too harshly. 2 versus 2 is the situation now. Billy with another kill. There's no way. He's got 3 so far. A very good pistol round from the exit there. Toritius cleaning it up there. Excellent teamwork from those two to allow the bomb to be planted. 12-4. They look to buy into this one, and are Paradox going to consider a force? That is the question. Well, money is being spent, but my UI is slightly bugged, so I can't actually see what has been purchased. Or has anything been purchased? That is the real question. No, it doesn't look like it has, so never mind. Excuse my prior comments. Said they are just going to be rushing out with pistols against SMG'd attackers. That's going to give Hejsket 13 rounds on the board before Paradox. Oh, beautiful grenade from Tawitius there. Absolute beauty. Nielsen going to be holding the fence. Does catch Uksu off guard. He's got 4 more players behind though. He wants to win this round. He's good for another one. He's picked himself up an AK, but he's got it all to do with 51 HP and no body armor. He's going to be especially susceptible to these Mach 10 plays. What is his decision going to be? He's going to go for it. Hejsket is just going to pick the angle a little bit too late. His teammates are aware that he's going to attempt it. Here's another question entirely. Now, Nielsen looks like he's going to back off. Although, he does get 1 kill and the players are retreating and he's heading back towards the bomb, but no. Hejsket does take the weapon out of his hands. Does look to try and retrieve it. Doesn't grab it in time. So, full buy now coming out for Paradox, including an AWP on Nielsen. A little purchase on Tawitius when he could have afforded an AK. That's a very interesting decision. One I do not fully understand. And then the Mach 10 saved over on Hejsket. So, utility going out towards the outside position with purpose of providing clean exit. Or entry rather, into secret, and the gap in the smoke is going to prevent him from doing so. Toe's going to be good for 1, but no more by the looks of things as 3 players get towards secret. And third one escapes just with his life, but tagged very low HP. This could be dangerous, although there are no Molotovs available for Paradox. So they have very little ability to punish these low HP players. Uksu, good for another one. Hejsket being traded out by recoil in the endo. Tawitius gaining position. He is going to be allowed to plant the bomb. Well, get caught off guard here, but he doesn't. He flicks very well. His aim reigns true. Uksu's position been flashed off. Flash into the doorway. Blasi just doesn't peek the angle whatsoever, so that's going to cost him his life. And push from Nielsen here. He's going to see Tawitius eliminated, but a Molotov dropped on the bomb. Is going to buy Uksu some time. Try and deny the defuse here. He's going to have to push from the double doors. That's the only way. Sprays are coming back through. He does actually manage to get one. The stick has to come through. The refrag. Oh, Uksu played it like an absolute dream. 4 kills for him. Has to be the MVP of this map. How many kills has this man got so far? 20. He's had so many high impact rounds. It's actually insane. And that is going to break the economy of Paradox. They are going to have to force buy now to try and deny match point from the side of Hejsket. Oh well, the pistoling players, especially Nielsen, looking to get aggressive with this deagle. An angle rarely peaked. He does go around the corner and does get his head taken off as punishment. Oh! Toad. Try for some Neagle body spam. That's not the grenade that Hejsket was hoping for, I'm sure. Still, the trade frags are in Hejsket's favour as of currently, although, say that, Paradox get 2 trades of their own. CZs in the close angle is proving powerful. Somehow, Hejsket has not punished this Deagle. How does he not find that kill? What an absolute whiff from him. Bring it to a 2 versus 3 now. Bomb's going to go down on his own. Again, why is that happening when you have a whole minute left on the clock? Very questionable decisions being made from Hejsket here. But Hejsket is the man left alive. He's got a 1 versus 2 to find. And his opponents have bomb control. If I'm not mistaken, Recall did actually spot out the body of one of the players there. Mr. Snaps nearly falls, but does eliminate Hejsket inevitably. So match point will not be earned by Hejsket on this occasion. Hejsket though have gone for the force by going straight into this one. Two of their players on AKs, one on their Mac 10 and two of them on Glock. Uksu's just going to shoot Hejsket straight in the back of the head. Perhaps that's some kind of blood ritual. And sacrifices some pagan gods that we don't know about. I've been giving them strength this whole time. We'll have to see though. Well, information that Blasi is up towards the rafters. Could be well used. Well, Uksu is good for one. Blasi's actually getting tagged down to 5 HP here. If I'm not mistaken, that was by a Glock. So, somehow he doesn't die. Uksu though, another kill for him, really opening up the B-bomb site. And
What are you doing after?
probably going to bed.
If you called stream one game or...
I don't think so. I'm really shattered, mate.
I will try to stream it. Because Electro Esports will be playing on Rapid Fire tournament.
Okay.
After doing that. So yeah.
No.
Just guess.
Yeah, okay. Well, 1 versus 2 now from Toad, put into the 1 versus 1 here. He's going to plant the bomb, a little bit of spray coming through the door, not going to go his way, and Heggie is just going to be able to get a very close angle here. I don't know what Toad's chances are like of being able to clutch this one out. He's going to go back down towards the double doors. So Heggie has taken position towards the smaller one. He looks to be wrapping around all the way behind actually. Time is running out for Toad, and Toad does get spotted there. So that Molotov will delay his attempts. It's actually missed the bomb. So Toad is actually going to be able to defuse this, but it doesn't matter. Heggie going to do it anyway. Going to get the map point and going to reset the economy of Paradox. It's in a very precarious position. They don't look very likely to win this round, that's for sure. Well, we've seen the pistol by work for Paradox before, and it's going to have to work again if they want to stay in this series.
Yeah. This game is very nice. This will be the will win this game. So we have three Finnish teams on the semi-finals.
No, fair enough. So if Hejsket win this one, it will be the third Finnish team to qualify for the semi-finals, as just mentioned by Linksu. Well, trades are going out all over the place, but they do tend to be in favour of Hejsket, especially over towards that B-bomb site. Bomb looks to be going down over towards A instead, and it's Mr. Snaps and Blasi that have all of the work to do if they want to avoid elimination from the XLE Esports League Season 1. They are currently in the vents. Not exactly the best place you want to be retaking from. That flashbang is not going to blind anybody. And he's just going to beat his head up and be eliminated by Hejsket, and it's all on Blasi now, and he gets eliminated as well. So the final scoreline 16-5 in favour of Hejsket on Nuke. They take the series 2-1 against their opponents Paradox and qualify to the XLE Esports League semi-finals. I've been your caster Protalis, and I hope to see you all. Linksu was observing, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.